traditional Malaysian chicken curry.
Oh yes.
In London for £7.
Curry cheese, jangan boleh.
Cómalo. Oh yes. Try mate. Best sound, thank you. Oh mate. Come this side, please, sir, yeah? Go burger, yeah? You stay there, yeah? There you go, 7, please.
Hello, test. Hupkey fried oyster omelette. Another hawker icon who has been at it since the 1960s at the old Glutton Square along Orchard Road. Now, the founder no longer fries the Omelette fried oyster omelette anymore, and is now being fried by his helpers. I'm at the end of a Newton Food Centre, day one, all the shooting videos and all, okay, but I forgot to point out that for the Hupkey, the Omelette, right, it is not actually done by his helpers. The founder is in his 80s, he's now retired. The wife used to do a lot of the frying, she's still there, she's still overseas, okay, but now it's actually being handled by the son, who is the Isaac Lau, and he's now 40, and he's been doing it since 14, but he's basically in the midst of actually taking over and so on and so forth. So yeah, just to get that part right. Here the oysters are seasoned with Shaoxingjiu, basically Shaoxing wine, Chinese wine of sorts, before being wrapped in a crispy omelette with pockets of like soft gummy starch. And the store tends to see quite long queues during the weekends. So when it opens, right, there is always like a constant flow of orders happening. It's a numbering system where basically you get one of these buzzer type things, you see, and then they sort of like buzz you and then you go up and you collect. It's easy to see why it's popular. As compared to the average Omelette store, right, they use big oysters and more eggs are fried with the starch mixture. The whole dish is also left on the pan longer so that it actually results in more crispy bits in the dish. The texture of the starch it's gummy and it's soft. The chili sauce is packed with garlic and it's got a strong spicy sour notes, and it helps to cut through the grease. Again, I haven't been to Newton Circus in many years, and I haven't tried this stall in like eons. Okay, so let's see what it's like.
There she is, that's what keeps me up at night. Oh gee whiz, that's why I can't eat a bite. Those flaming eyes.
就餓咯，8塊。
是啊，
這
8分鐘。
Now ain't she sweet? See her coming down the street. I ask you confidentially, ain't she sweet? Ain't she nice? Cast an eye in her direction. Oh me, oh my, ain't that perfection?
Wow, look at the light. Okay, let's try this. Okay, this is an $8 portion. Prices have obviously increased quite a bit. You know, I remember when it was 5, 6 and 8, now it's 6, 8 and 10. That's right, yeah, 6, 8 and 10. This is kind of like a starch mixture mixed with eggs into some form of omelette, and they put oysters inside, and there's like a sour chili on the side, and they put coriander on top. There we go, much better. Let's try the chili. Yep. Wow, sour, nice and sour. Okay, lightly spicy, sour, gritty, very lightly savory. And the chili is exactly how I remember it. Now for one of the oysters. Juicy, creamy, oystery. Oh my god, this is great. Fantastic. Perfectly fried, not over fried. They've just basically lightly seared it. Now for a little bit of the egg mixture. Oh, soft and gummy. The egg mixture is nice, crispy. There are actually more crispy bits. Gently crispy on the outside, quite eggy. It's an extremely rich taste. There's a lot of deep fried goodness in here, which is why the sour chili actually helps to cut through the grease. So you just add a little bit like so. Yep. The sour chili is also slightly savory, so it adds to the overall taste. I think at $8 you get about 8 oysters or so it's like $1 each. Some places do it more savory, as in like they add more fish sauce inside. In front they've actually held back on the fish sauce, and they give you a hell of a lot of crispy bits. All that is crispy bits. So it's quite nice. There are these like soft eggy bits, soft gummy and starchy bits. And then you've got the really crispy, crunchy bits which they've taken off the pan, and you've got the juicy oysters. It's a great combination. And then you contrast that by the crunchy parsley and the spring onions. One thing about Omelette is that it is incredibly rich. So once you eat this right, you won't be able to eat anything. So share it with your friends. They are actually one of the better stalls in Newton. Be one of the better Omelette places in Singapore. Oh my goodness, I'm going through the edit right now and I have to tell you that a lot of the stuff I spewed a few weeks ago is just so bad. Hang on, let me put this down. Bad in the sense that a lot of the information is just not enough. It is lacking in a lot of detail. I must have been really tired on that day, or I was rushing or something when I filmed this. So let me explain a few things I made notes. Firstly, for those of you who do not know what oyster omelette is, it is a dish which originated in China and is popular in Fujian, the province of the Hokkiens, and Chaoshan, the province of the Teochews. It is also pretty popular in Taiwan and in many parts of Asia. Okay, what the dish is. It is basically oysters, tapioca starch, eggs, and seasonings like parsley, garlic, and fish sauce, and it's fried in a bucket load of oil. In the local Singapore context specifically, people refer to the dish by two other names. Otian, which is basically Hokkien, and Oluat, which is basically Teochew. I also forgot to stress how famous and how highly recommended this particular stall is among local Singaporeans and residents. It is easily one of the top 3 places to go for oyster omelette. The wait can be as long as 30 minutes, 40 minutes during peak times. If you've eaten at an average oyster omelette stall and Hup Kee, this famous Hup Kee stall, then it becomes clear why Hup Kee is so recommended. Firstly, you have the big plump oysters, which are fresh and they give you more than the usual amount as compared to the average oyster omelette stall. They also add more than the usual amount of eggs into the dish, so everything is eggier. Go to an average oyster omelette stall and very often you find that the one ingredient they skimp on is the egg mixture itself. So when you eat it, very often all you taste is the fried tapioca starch and very little of the egg. I've already pointed out the other attraction, which is that they also leave the dish on the pan for longer and it results in crispy eggy bits. One other small detail is that the chili is actually factory supplied, but once they receive it, they actually make their own modifications to make it their own. So there you have it. I hope everything is clear and detailed now. So thanks for watching another episode of Gregsby Eats, where I eat through the whole of Singapore. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe. Comment below if you have a favourite oyster omelette stall or so. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice. And I will see you in the next one.
Don't
Bye-bye.
you think that's kind of neat? I ask you confidentially, ain't she sweet?